Okay guys, it's another mathematics video with Sammy. It's very interesting. You've been checking my videos, you can check more videos, you can suggest topics, and we just have fun together. But today we are going to be discussing something very central to mathematics, and that is sequence. Sequence series, very interesting and sometimes very scary, but there is something that is underlying that we must know. One of the first things you must learn in sequence is to learn the basic type of sequence, and that is what we call the arithmetical progression and the geometrical progression. Now take a look at something. Here you have, for instance, you have 3, you have 5, you have 7, you have 9, you have 11, and so on and so forth. Then you have 4, you have 8, you have 16, you have 32, and so on and so forth. Now, with the common sense, if you look at these values, you take a look at these values, you see that the first value here is 3, and we keep adding 2, to get the new 10. 3 plus 2 is this, 5 plus 2 is this, and 7 plus 2 is 9, and 9 plus 2 is 11. So this kind of thing is what we refer to as the mathematics sequence. We always call this the first term, which we always represent with A. This is the second term, which we call T2. This is the third term, T3, T4, and T5, and so on and so forth until we get to Tn. Tn actually represents the end term, the general term that can help you to find any term of this sequence. On the other hand, if you look at this, you will see that we have to multiply the first number with 2 to get this one, the second number with 2 to get the next 10. So you observe that this is your A, this is, let's say something like U2 this time, U3 and U4, until we get to UN. So a sequence of this nature where we have to add number to add a particular number, which we call the constant term, to get the new number is what we call the AP. So this is called an AP. An AP is what we call arithmetical progression. Arithmetical progression. While this, we have to multiply a particular term to get the new term. We have to multiply a particular term with a constant term to get the new term. This is referred to as the geometrical progression. So this is called the geometrical progression. Geometrical progression. Another name for this is called a linear sequence. So you can also call this a linear sequence. Linear sequence, and you can also call this an exponential sequence. So this is also called an exponential sequence. An exponential sequence. The constant term you are adding to get the new term, you remember the constant term is 2, is what we call the common difference. So you see that common difference is here 2, the common difference is here 2, the common difference is here 2. That term that you keep adding to get the new term is what we call the common difference. It's called D. The common difference is represented with D. Like this one, we multiply with 2, we multiply it with 2, and then with 2 to get the new term. That 2 here in this case is what we refer to as the common ratio R, and that is 2 in this case. So the constant term we add to get the new term in this case is what we refer to as the common difference, and the constant term we multiply in this case with a particular term to get the new term is what we refer to as the common ratio. In general, what is now a sequence? A sequence is actually a function such that when you put in a natural number, you get a real number, or even a complex number. I don't want to go into this, but let's just talk about the real number. What it means is that once you have something, for instance, this is a sequence. This is a sequence. I don't know what this is. It may be geometrical, it may be arithmetical, but this is a sequence. Whenever I put in a value, a natural number is a counting number, which you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's what we refer to as natural numbers. If you put in 1 here, you are going to have 1 all over. If you have A1 here, it's going to give you 1 all over 1 plus 1, which is 1 over 2. You can see that you are putting in 1, which is a natural number, and you are getting 1 over 2, which is a real number. This is the definition of a sequence. In the next video, I'm going to actually the part 2 of this sequence. I'm actually going to derive the formula used in calculating the end term of an AP and the formula that is used in calculating the end term of a GP, or what we call a GP. This is a GP, this is an AP. So I'm going to generate formulas we are going to use to find this. Thank you. Watch out for the next video.